Yes, I'm aware that Christmas is over. No, that does not mean I can't have a Christmas background. My tree stays up until April anyway. Okay, a little bit of backstory about my allergies. I started developing food allergies when I was 2 hours old. Yeah, that's right. I was a baby allergic to milk. I had a great start in life. My parents even had to buy a special type of formula because I was allergic to all the other existing ones. Peanuts, eggs, milk, fruits, you name it, I was allergic to almost everything, and I was always told to stay away from them. My mom would be like, oh my god, how am I supposed to feed this kid? If you're wondering what could happen if I eat something I'm allergic to, how do I explain this? Basically, so growing up, I had to take allergy tests twice every year. And up till I was 13, I always had eczema, which means the inside of my arms and the back of my knees were always red and itchy. It was extremely uncomfortable. By the time I was in elementary school, I outgrew most of my allergies, but some of them still remained. Just some of them. And between the ones that remained were eggs. More specifically, egg yolks. Now to the story. This event took place when I was in 3rd grade. We were having a food sale where parents would sell their homemade treats to raise money for our school. After walking around the room, I saw these cupcakes. If you have any food allergies, you always have to be super cautious with everything you eat. That means always checking ingredients before buying anything, and asking about it specifically if necessary. So that's exactly what I did. Excuse me ma'am, do these cupcakes have any egg yolks in them? This is my own secret recipe, so I can't tell you what's inside them. You should give them a try though, they're delicious. I don't know why this lady thought a 3rd grader would be interested in stealing her frickin' cupcake recipe. It's not like I was gonna run off in the middle of the night and start a cupcake empire with it or something. So I tried to explain to her that I couldn't eat egg yolks because I was allergic. And she just looked annoyed. How much money do you have? I had $2. Why did I only have $2? It's because A, food allergies, and B, I was a very picky eater, so my options were pretty limited, and I didn't want to waste it on cupcakes that had the possibility of... But this lady didn't care, she just wanted to sell me her darn cupcakes. I'll give you 2 for 1. So I thought maybe she didn't know what food allergies are. So I explained in great detail that eating eggs could seriously harm me. And she just started laughing. So did the lady right next to her. Oh, kids. Don't worry, you can't even taste the eggs. And at that point, I just gave up. I don't think anything I was saying was getting in there. The worst part was that as I was walking away, another parent approached her to ask what happened, and she said, she doesn't like eggs. Why you dumb? But wait, there's more! Turns out my elementary school was a breeding ground for Karens because that was not the worst encounter that happened that day. I didn't want to leave empty-handed, so I kept looking for something good to munch on. And then I found it. I asked again, are there any egg yolks in this cake? Nope. It's an egg-free cake. When I was little, finding a cake that had no eggs in it was like finding diamonds for me. I couldn't even have any birthday cake because none of the bakeries would make them without eggs. So I didn't even hesitate, I just went, take my money! I was overwhelmed with joy and left the room to find somewhere to sit. But given what just happened, my excitement started to wear off. My instincts were telling me to slowly back away from that cake. Guys, I don't think we should eat that. Cake! Hey, nothing happened. My tongue started feeling itchy, my throat was dizzy. So I ran to the canteen to get some. My tongue started feeling itchy, my throat was swelling up, and I was getting dizzy. So I ran to the canteen to get some water. I couldn't even talk properly. Water, cold water. They looked at me and ran out to give me some water while the other one went to find a teacher. Thanks to their help, I was actually feeling a bit better. A few minutes later, the other dude came back with my teacher, and we both went to ask the lady what was in the cake. And this time she said, 5 eggs. When I heard this, I was still feeling a bit nauseous, but my reaction was along the lines of, huh. Well, dang. My teacher, on the other hand... Where's your EpiPen? Do I call an ambulance? Do you want me to call your parents? Why did you tell her you were allergic? I did. You did? She did. But food allergies aren't real. What? She then proceeded to explain that I was just being picky about my food and that I just need to get over it. I might have been a third grader, but that was the dumbest thing I've ever heard come out of somebody's mouth. My teacher tried explaining to her that food allergies were very real and that this was a very serious topic. But she didn't listen. She turned to me and said that I was just a spoiled kid who only eats whatever she wants. My teacher was super nice. He was always a calm and laid-back person who never raised his voice no matter what the situation was. He's like that one person you know that never, ever, ever, ever gets angry. And that was the first and only time I've seen him snap at someone. It was absolutely terrifying, but also pretty fun to watch. She ended up getting kicked out of the event, and I never bought any pastry sweets from school fundraisers ever again.
Welcome to Smartsheet. The new world of hybrid work is open for business. Your best and brightest need to be...
School? Let's talk about it. I'm a high school 10th grade student, which, according to many people, is one of the worst years in education, and I completely agree. We all know the pain of waking up at 7 a.m. in the morning and realizing it's Monday, enduring 8 hours of sitting in class, and by the time I'm home, I'm so tired all I can do is... I got into a pretty good school, but that doesn't stop me from feeling incredibly dumb all the time, especially since I struggled in most of my classes. The only reason why I was able to get into this school is because middle school Kaitlyn was super smart, and present Kaitlyn just... lost all her brain cells somewhere. But as much as I hate school, I gotta admit that there are some classes I can tolerate. So that's what we're talking about today. Keep in mind that I said classes I can tolerate. I'm not even gonna read these words out loud. I highly doubt you guys would be interested in watching me rant for 10 minutes straight anyways. Art. In the beginning of the year, you have to pick between music and art. Now, I like both, but as you can probably guess, I picked art. So you might be wondering, why art? Well, because I am determined to sharpen my skills and learn new things, to give my creativity and non-existent natural talent a chance to flourish, and to finally become the artist I've always dreamed to... Psych, it's because I have severe stage fright and will do anything in my power to stay away from one. Also, it's the only class that we're allowed to use our phones in for looking at references. But since my body just refuses to function without music, I asked my teacher if I could listen to some while drawing, and she said, yeah, sure, whatever.
Oh yeah, I roll up to the party with the handle.
Dope class, 9 out of 10. PE. We have 2 PE lessons every week. The first lesson is for doing warm-ups and running. Our school is right next to a park that's surrounded by a running track, so this is where we spend most of our time in the first class. Now here's the thing. Our teacher always tells us to do slow running. Nothing too complicated, just one giant lap of slow running. So we get a good start, everybody's on tempo as the teacher watches us. But once we hit the blind spot, oh god, that's when chaos starts. People joke around and push each other, some might even just stop and start talking, and most people clearly don't know what slow running is because I always hear the words, go faster. I'm sorry, but how can you not know what slow running is? It's in the name. Go faster. It's in the name, Gerald! It's in the name! And the funny thing is, once we leave the blind spot, suddenly everyone's back in perfect sync again. Except for me, running gives me stomach cramps. PE gets a 6. 8.5. Because we can do whatever we want on the second lesson. Geography. Volcanoes, caves, mountains, oceans, and weird lakes. The more classes I join, the more my bucket list of places to go gets longer. Yo, how many years of school do we have left? I think about 6? I see. 8 out of 10. Biology. In my class, hitting on biology is some kind of ritual before and after every lesson, so I kinda have to hide the fact that I love biology so I don't get hated on for having a different opinion. I might not get the highest grades. In fact, they're pretty bad, but it still doesn't change the fact that I enjoy it. 8 out of 10, and I'd give it a 10 out of 10, but I kinda suck at it, so yeah, 8 out of 10. German. For me, learning a new language is pretty fun, and I personally enjoy the lessons. Also, besides English, it's literally the only class I got an A in. But there's one thing that really bothers me about this class, and it's called the point system. Allow me to explain. So basically, how it works is you get a point for every time you raise your hand to answer a question. And you're only allowed to raise your hand once a week for some reason. If you collect 10 of these by the end of the semester, the teacher boosts your grade by 3%. Wait. That's it? Is that all I get? But that's not that bad. All you have to do is answer like one question every week, is what you might be able to say. I, on the other hand, was cursed to being one of the shyest people to walk this planet. In fact, the only reason why I can actually post videos on YouTube is because I can work alone in my dark, lonely cave surrounded by 3 different screens while looking like I could die from sleep deprivation at any minute. While in real life, I'm quiet, I'm shy, and sometimes wish I had the power to just turn invisible. So when it comes to speaking in class, I fall into the whatever you do, please don't pick me, I will faint from an adrenaline rush if you do category. So I think that should explain why I don't like the point system. 7 out of 10, and that is a very generous 7 out of 10. Freaking point system. English. I freaking love this class. Some of you guys might not notice, but I actually live in Turkey, so English is just our second language. And since I can fluently speak English, this class is basically free A's. But I don't love this class because it's the easiest one. I love it because my teacher is the best. Out of all the English teachers I've ever had, she's the most understanding one. I'm allowed to study for the classes I'm actually behind in or work on the scripts for my videos, which is pretty darn cool. So since it's my most productive and successful class, I'm gonna give it a nice 10 out of 10. History. Everyone sleeps, 3 out of 10. Literature. This class is so time-consuming it drives me crazy. I used to love reading, but school ruined it for me. Then again, school ruined everything for me. I don't have any time to read anything I actually enjoy because of literature class. Then they dare ask us why we don't read more. And there's just way too many things you have to memorize. Like, I don't have enough brain cells to comprehend a fraction of this. Hey, maybe we're doing something wrong here. You might be right. Let's give him more reading assignments. Fun fact. Actually, it's not a fun fact. It's just a fact. Our literature teacher is also a classroom teacher, so props to her for not quitting her job yet. Here's a glimpse of what my classroom looks like for further context.
Drop the bass.
5 out of 10. Hey guys, it's 4 a.m. Kaitlyn over here. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you subscribe to become part of our little community. And I'll see you guys in a week or two. Now if you'll excuse me.